Jared! It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. Thank you.
So, have you heard anything from Midcoast Light and Power?
Yes, I have.
And is it good news?
Yes, it is.
Are they going to pay you for the appliances that they ruined?
Yes, they are. And thank you for your help with dealing with them. On Friday, the letter from Midcoast arrived, and in it they said they enclosed a $3,200 check, $1,800 of which was for the appliances and computers that were fried when their line crew knocked out power. That was back in October, and it's January now, so it's taken them about 3 months to come around. At first, they weren't going to give us anything.
I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really pleased and a little surprised. I've heard of cases where Midcoast stonewalled customers with claims like yours.
Well, you deserve a lot of the credit. We're really grateful.
Now, you had some other expenses due to the power outage, didn't you?
Yes, we did, and I made a list of those expenses, as you advised me to do. We had spent 8 nights in a hotel, and we ate all our meals out those days as well. That came to about $1,400, which Midcoast also covered with the $3,200 check.
Good. I'm very pleased. You deserved it, of course.
Absolutely. We definitely deserved it. There was a power outage after the big snowstorm, but we'd already gotten our power back. When the line crew came in to work on some of the neighbors' houses, their cherry picker knocked a tree that was already half fallen down onto the power lines. And, the surge hit all the houses, but since we're at the top of the street, it hit us the hardest. We had all new appliances, a stainless steel stove, new refrigerator, dishwasher. The surge wiped them all out. Nothing could be done to repair them, but not only that, without power, we didn't have any heat. And without a working stove, we couldn't even warm water for the baby's bath. We couldn't feed him or ourselves. So we hightailed it out of there and stayed at a hotel. It was surprising how long it took them to restore power, but it didn't really matter because we couldn't come home without a working kitchen.
Now, you'd replaced those items already, though, hadn't you?
We had, yes, but now we could pay ourselves back for these costs.
Now, you've already replaced those items, haven't you?
We have, yes, but now we can repay ourselves for those costs.
Well, as part of representing you with Midcoast, I consider it my job to make sure that you don't get on the wrong side of the IRS.
I hadn't even really thought of that. Are you saying some or all of this might be taxable? How could that be? They're just putting back what they took from us.
I completely agree. You're just getting back what they owed you, but sometimes the tax consequences might not be just what you think.
Now wait, if someone destroys your refrigerator and then buys you a new one, now that's not taxable, is it?
No, you are completely right. That's not taxable. So let's take the compensation for the computers, the appliance, and there was a flat screen TV, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, none of that is taxable.
Well, then you don't mean to say that the hotel stay and the meals are taxable, do you?
Don't worry. I'm sure there's no problem and that you don't have to pay tax on that part of it. But we have to think this through, and I'd like to have something in your file and maybe include something on your tax return, just in case there's any question about it.
Will Midcoast notify the IRS that they paid us?
Well, I think that we should probably contact their purchasing department. I think that's where the compensation checks come from, just to make sure that they report it the right way, if they do at all.
How should they report it? Is it taxable?
Well, you never know what they're going to think, and it shouldn't be left up to them anyway.
So what should we say to Midcoast?
Well, that requires a little thought. Let's take the compensation for the computers, the TV, and the appliances off the table. I know none of that is taxable. Don't worry, we just need to make sure that they don't fill out the form 1099 miscellaneous, because none of that is income to you.
But wait, would that make then the hotel stay and the meals, they would be considered income?
Don't worry, I'm sure that they're not considered income, but it is a little unusual for a company to reimburse a client for meals and lodging. I'm just as sure as you are intuitively that it's not, but it certainly shouldn't be. Don't worry. Like I said, we're going to write a little note. We're going to put something in your file, and we're going to put something on your tax return just in case there's an issue with the IRS.
You know what? Everything's going to be all right. I trust you.